I don't see any reason why after 7 decades of independence, 75 years of independence, we still need to have that old thinking where we need to guide our people towards an insurance policy. I think insurance companies need to make their policies so attractive that more and more people are attracted to them. I think our banks need to make their offerings so attractive that people are attracted to them. I think stock markets will have to now vie for or compete on an equal footing with everybody. Housing will have to make their prices so attractive that people are attracted towards a particular project or scheme. I don't think it's the government's job to be forcing or encouraging people in one direction vis-a-vis the other. Our people are smart. Our middle class knows what is good for them, and they will make intelligent decisions. That is the belief that we all have.
Well, I suppose if they trust Mr. Modi on this, then they will adopt the new tax regime, and that we can only know if you release the numbers. Why we haven't seen those numbers is a mystery, and I don't know if you will want to clarify on that. But I also want to, apart from this,
Rahul,
yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Rahul, may I, Rahul, for just a minute?
Of course.
Just before I came into my office from Parliament, I asked one of my colleagues in the office, one of the young boys who's working here, I said, how do you look at both these schemes? He said, sir, all of us youngsters, we prefer the new tax regime, the people who are coming into work now. Many of the old people, older employees, since they have already locked into an insurance policy, for example, or they are locked into a bank deposit, or they have locked into a particular saving instrument, which under the earlier regime was getting certain benefits, they have no choice but to stay in that.
Okay.
So I think it was a very intelligent answer from a young boy in my office.
Okay. Well,
and
I wonder if he was looking.
It will take some time.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll go with that. Obviously, he might have also been wanting to please you, maybe get a promotion out of you, but that's okay. Look, I understand where you're coming from on this. I just want to ask you this because the opposition says.
By the way, sorry, none of us can give a promotion to them that
I'm being
goes by
facetious.
the government system.
No, allow me.
I cannot promote anybody.
No, I'm just being facetious. You know that. But I just want to come back to what you were saying, because the opposition says that the cuts in allocations for farmer-friendly schemes shows that your government is callous. They have said that the budget didn't even mention the word unemployment, poverty, inequality or equity. In fact, they say that they only mentioned the word poor twice. The finance minister did. So how do you respond to this? Because many people are looking at this and wondering about your commitment to farmer welfare.
Well, first of all, there's no cut in farmer welfare at all. Even their credit schemes and all have got higher allocation. As regards the small reduction in the Kisan, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Yojana, I think that's something that's the states give us the data, and the state, I'll come to that, and the states tell us how many farmers fall within the eligibility. In fact, if more people are getting out of that, that means they are becoming more and more well-to-do. That means either their farm holdings are going up, or they may have got a job somewhere because of which they don't come under the scheme. Or, Rahul, kindly note, some of the states also had created, because earlier when the scheme started, the verification process was completely manual and in the hands of the states. At the lower levels, they may have probably got some people who are not really beneficiaries, but may have enjoyed the fruits of that. So I think it's a process that's state-driven, and states send us the list based on which the requirement of funds is assessed. Similarly, on Manrega, it's a demand-driven scheme. You will see last year also the amount allocated was less, but as the demand came in the revised estimates, it has been increased. Finance Minister has said on more than one occasion that never will there be a shortage for Manrega funds, as And when the demand comes in from the state, should more funds be required, they'll be provided in supplementary budgets, which are periodically coming out, monsoon session or winter session.
Okay.
Now even in the budget session, in the second half, we'll have a supplementary demand. So there'll be no shortage of funds, particularly for the farmers or the poor. And as regards the number of times, I think the opposition may be counting that. We believe it's a sign of growing prosperity, and it's a sign of the self-confidence of India that we are gradually emerging out of the shadows of the past and the legacy which was left behind by the Congress. For them and other opposition parties, Garibi Hatao and all of that were mere slogans. We believe in action, and therefore for Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji has focused her entire speech on action and action and action.
Okay.